It's 5:03 on Tuesday, March 4th. We're at 37 degrees, partly to mostly cloudy and warmer, going up to the mid-60s today. Good morning, I'm John Aaron.
And I'm Michelle Basch. Our top local story, President Trump's 25% tariffs against Canada and Mexico are now in effect as he gets ready to address a joint session of Congress tonight. Congressional Democrats say they will boost costs for Americans, but the president stands by them. WTOP's Mitchell Miller has more today on the Hill.
President Trump makes no apologies for the tariffs.
I would just say this to people in Canada or Mexico: if they're going to build car plants, the people that are doing them are much better off building here.
The president will broadly outline his economic plans during his address tonight to a joint session of Congress. The Senate's top Democrat, Chuck Schumer, says the tariffs aren't helping to address an issue Trump pledged to tackle during the campaign, making trips to the grocery store less painful.
When Donald Trump starts a trade war for Canada and Mexico, it means rising costs for produce, for groceries, for cars.
On Capitol Hill, Mitchell Miller, WTOP News.
And WTOP will carry the president's address live on air and online. It starts at 9 tonight.
Do steep egg prices have you considering bringing home some new backyard friends? Here's WTOP's Kate Ryan.
Can you really beat the high price of eggs with a flock of chickens of your own? Jonathan Moyle, Extension Specialist at the University of Maryland.
Typically, I tell everybody you can buy eggs cheaper and you can produce them yourself, but with the cost of eggs right now, it's not true. You can actually raise them for less.
But the first hurdle is finding chicks. Moyle says a recent check of hatcheries might be discouraging.
All of them are sold out till late summer.
Eileen Dykes of Twin Post Farm in Somerset County, Maryland says there's a lot to consider once you do get your chickens. And it's not just the proverbial fox you have to keep out of the hen house.
There's either owls, hawks, possums, raccoons, dogs, snakes.
Dykes is aware she could raise her prices.
Everybody's hurting, and I don't want to take advantage of a bad situation.
Kate Ryan, WTOP News.
The deadline has passed for employees with the Department of Education to accept a buyout ahead of what are expected to be widespread layoffs. The one-time offer for severance pay of as much as $25,000 was made in an email to employees on Friday. The deadline to accept was 11:59 last night. President Trump and many Republicans want to get rid of the agency, though Democratic lawmakers have said it would take an act of Congress to do that. The president's pick for Education Secretary, Linda McMahon, was confirmed yesterday by the Senate. During her confirmation hearing, she said she understood her role would be to wind down the agency's responsibilities.
A 20-year-old agreement that kept the Washington Nationals from controlling and profiting off their own broadcast rights has ended. The Mid-Atlantic Sports Network, or MASN, which is owned by the Baltimore Orioles, will only broadcast the team for this upcoming season. For 2026 and beyond, the Nats can now find another media outlet to broadcast its games.
For the Orioles, I think it kind of gets them out of, a quagmire, lets them kind of do their own thing. And frankly, they're no longer committed to having a network that they have to run. So if they want to go sell it to somebody who does it for them and makes things easier, they can do that too now.
That is Washington Post national baseball writer Chelsea Janes, who joined us earlier here on WTOP.
A family is without a home after a massive fire ripped through a mansion in Potomac, causing millions of dollars in damage. Montgomery County Fire and Rescue was called to Mary Mead Court off Newbridge Drive around 3:30 p.m. yesterday afternoon. When they arrived, they found intense flames on the roof of the house and battled the flames for nearly 3 hours. The entire family was able to get out. No one was hurt, but the total damage is estimated to be around $3 million. Firefighters also rescued some chicks that were recently acquired by the family. They are also all safe.
Coming up here on WTOP.
Using AI to write your resume and cover letter? Warning, it makes mistakes. I'm Jeff Clayball.
Traffic and weather in 30 seconds.